Dawson's Rambles.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here. This is going to be a little Power Rangers discussion video on the topic of music, inspired by a question that was posed to me a few days ago, about a week ago, somewhere in between that timeline from, I believe it was Jay Smoothsoul on Twitter. I was trying to remember it because of Jay, like Jay from Go Busters. But he was basically posing the question of, should Power Rangers return to having insert songs, you know, like kind of we had back in the day with MMPR and stuff like that. And I wanted to do a little video talking about that, but kind of broader about like PR music and I think its importance. And so, just to directly address that question, I would say yes and no. Anyway, that's about it for this one. No. What I mean is that I personally don't want to see the return of like Ron Wasserman style music with like lyric stuff, but I want a good score. And that's just me. Like, I do like the Wasserman stuff, you know. I think that's like the default fandom opinion. You know how like some fandoms have like the default opinions that's the right opinion, that everyone loves Wasserman stuff and they just want it to come back and be that for everything. And I do like Wasserman stuff, and I like it for the time. I have certain favorites, like one of mine, I think my all-time favorite is Go Fly Wind from In Space, and I think that had its time and place. I'll admit I thought it was cool when like the Six Rangers had their own theme. I almost wouldn't mind that, but I feel it just doesn't work in this time, if that makes any sense. Like, it just feels weird. It feels like something that would be weird, and I know Japan does it, but I'm like weird with music. I'm not a Toku music guy. I could care less. I like scores. Like, my taste in music is weird for the fact that like most people that listen to something like, what are you listening to? Like, oh yeah, my favorite band, the Bottle Cat Mouse Rat people, and I just went to their concert, and people ask me, what are you listening to? And I'm like, oh, the Arrow Season 1 soundtrack, you know, the scene where he was like, you have failed the city, to Moira Queen, like, so I like scores, I like soundtracks and stuff like that, and I like a good score because I think it gives series an identity. And I think that's what Power Rangers has been missing since Samurai, because they've basically been doing this MMPR Redux score right down to like similar themes for the Juice Bar type stuff. For the villains, like, they basically had a remix of Rita's Palace theme for the Nylox. And that stupid like clown music that's like a remix of Bulk and Skulls. They're like, look, this is funny, laugh guys, that means we're supposed to laugh. I hate that so much. And then the MMPR riffs, there was a lot, especially last year because it was the anniversary, and that really just takes away from the season's identity in my opinion. I think it would have been fine to do it for Megaforce and Super Megaforce since it was the anniversary and they were kind of going for that MMPR homage. But I think that it's more important to have your own theme and own identity, and it just made it feel like it didn't have its own identity. And Beast Morphers has kind of continued that. I think there's some improvements. Like, I legitimately like some of the background music they use, even the MMPR-ish ones. And there actually is a couple that aren't MMPR-ish, but you don't hear those as often as the MMPR ones, which is obnoxious. Same thing with Neo Saban. You know, there was a couple tracks that you probably recognized from all throughout that they just kept recycling that had nothing to do with MMPR. They were pretty generic, but they were there. But the MMPR remixes were the dominant music that they used. And I've talked about this on multiple occasions about how important I think it is, and how my personal favorite era for music is the Disney era, from Ninja Storm through like Jungle Fury RPM, although I don't remember RPMs as much, to be honest. And I know that they did use some royalty-free music and that was kind of a joke and stuff, but they also did have their own unique score tracks that I felt gave each season its unique identity, especially ones like Mystic Force, and Jungle Fury had a good one for that, and Ninja Storm had the extreme bum 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 bum. But they also had like music that made you think of ninjas, and Dino Thunder kind of had this like rockish music when they had fight scenes that I really liked. They had a couple different tracks, but that's kind of what I prefer, and I liked when those would kick in. I thought they were cool. SPDs also fit very well. I think that that helped each season's vibe be set. And to use examples from other series, even Re-Soldier right now, they have some good like Renaissance sounding background tracks, which really sells the night vibe. Or something like Wizard, I thought it's like magical score set the magic vibe. So that's what I would personally like to see. I don't necessarily want the return of insert songs or character themes, but I want the score to reflect the vibe of the show and give it its own identity, help with the theme, and also just have memorable ones. I mean, you don't even have to have a character theme be lyrics like, the Gold Ranger's here, he has a weapon, and Gold Ranger, like, you could just have it be like a musical theme. Like, there's many, I mean, superhero franchises in general, you'll have a theme come on and you'll know that's that character's theme, you know, like the Superman theme, the old Batman theme, you know, you got the Avengers theme, even like just speaking of Arrow, you know, the Arrow, the Flash music, there's even a really cool one which is underrated, which was the Rain music from Supergirl Season 3, and that's what I would like to see. So get a good score that reflects the theme and vibe of the show, make it distinct, don't make it MMPR-ish, and if you do character themes, I think that would be ideally perfect for something like key villain characters or Six Rangers. Give them their own unique, like, score, not, you know, not a theme song, but their own unique set of notes that when they play, you know that's that character. And I think that's what I would personally rather like to see for me. But what do you guys think? What would you like to see for future of PR music? Would you like to see the return of Ron Wasserman style music, or something like I said, or something different? Do you want Power Rangers just become a silent film? Let me know in the comments as per usual. We always have some pretty solid discussions. Anyway, that's about it for this one. Until next time, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you get notifications from my videos. Till next time, Dawson Ryder, signing out.